What's happening, people? Guess what? Okay, Bitcoin. What is this craziness, man? Look, back in, I think it was like 2015, I had a lot of friends who were telling me about Bitcoin. They're talking about, it's a new currency, it's decentralized, they're comparing it to fiat currency, and it was a very obscure thing. We had a lot of people chiming in, right? Like Warren Buffett saying, "Oh, it's a scam. It's going to go to zero. It's going to go down to nothing." And the thing is, I kind of bought into that. I was like, I bought that idea. It's a scam because you have enough understanding of look, these things pop up all the time. It's a fad. It's a trend. It had just been around for a while, and it made a good concept. But I was like, me personally, I didn't want anything to do with it because I was like, this is going to go to zero. You're going to lose all your money, and there's definitely investors on both sides of the fence, right? This is now. Let me preface this. This a cryptocurrency of any kind would be what is considered a highly volatile and speculative investment. In fact, it's debated as to whether or not it's an actual investment, but because there's legal cases. Ripple had a legal case as to whether or not it's a security, and so Bitcoin kind of proved the concept, right? Like Bitcoin was the Napster of digital currencies, and then I'm just going to go back to the list here, show you guys. There's tons of cryptocurrencies. The ones that are trading on Coinbase, Coinbase is very accessible. It's an American company. They store a lot of their currency on in hard storage, and it's an easy way to buy cryptocurrency. So if you want to get started in Coinbase, I'm going to tell you how and why I got started. And but first, just to give you a little bit of background, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum was kind of like number two. There were a couple of other obscure coins that came out once Bitcoin proved its effectiveness. Now, like many things, it's kind of started out in the shadows, right? Like it had a really bad reputation because there was a lot of criminals using it on Silk Road, and there's a lot of controversy surrounding it because it was quote unquote untraceable, secure way of transferring value, and it in a way it adopted itself as the currency of the internet. But what kind of tipped the scales for me was after I had seen a series of large volume changes, large changes in price. It continued to go up. I would never think in a million years that Bitcoin would be at where it's at today, $12,000. Back in, I think it was 2017, there was a massive boom where it broke almost $20,000. But I had people telling me about this back when it was, $100. And I have some friends who had, they were mining it and they had all sorts of Bitcoins. And then, as the story goes, once it reaches a certain point, it made a lot of millionaires initially. And so since then, there's been a lot of interesting developments, and I want to kind of cover that today. I work in the tech industry. I've been in that industry for a very long time as a software engineer, and there's a lot of things. I started really paying attention to this and taking it seriously when I think it was like a year or so ago, we started seeing a lot, maybe 2 years ago, started to see it tracked next to stock prices, Bitcoin, like MSNBC, they would track it next to stock prices. And there was a bunch of controversy, and Fidelity started developing out a custody platform. And so all this news came out about digital currencies and custody services for investors. And we've seen some really interesting things. I don't want to get too deep into this. I just want to give you guys an overview if you're interested in cryptocurrency, kind of what it's about, how you can get started. I've seen a lot of gains in my portfolio. There's a lot of things you got to be aware of. Number one is taxes. So it can make taxes a little bit difficult because you got to track every single purchase and withdrawal. So I recommend, if you're going to create a crypto portfolio, put money in, don't necessarily take money out. I'm more of a hodler. That's what they say. You got to hold them. It's just a misspelling of hold. But the thing is the nice thing about Coinbase is you can buy cryptocurrencies and then you can exchange them and convert them to other cryptos without necessarily doing a withdrawal. And, some of them actually are now starting to pay staking rewards. So like Tezos is a cryptocurrency. You can put money into it and it'll just pay you about, I think it's like 4.5% on your money. So, it's really exciting. We're still, I think, at the very inception of adoption, because we've started to see some international banks, the World Bank, the IMF, they're starting to take it seriously, and they're kicking around the idea of their own digital dollar. But guess what? The protocols that these currencies and dollars are going to be built on, they're going to be interfacing these other currencies, because there's kind of no way around it. The protocol's established. What I like about Ripple, I'm just going to throw this out there, because Ripple, it's a tech startup, Silicon Valley tech startup. Ripple has been partnering with the banks. Now, the premise of a lot of cryptocurrency is that you can bank without the banks, right? That's the whole point of Bitcoin. It's like, well, you can bank without the banks. It's decentralized. You don't need regulatory bodies. You don't need people telling you what these are worth, etc. It's not like fiat. It's really like it really is the closest thing to digital gold. So this is becoming more and more proven. And and the reason I give you guys my history is because I'm coming from the point where I understand tech, I understand investing, and I looked at this stuff for a very long time as not an investment, as high risk. At some point it's going to go to zero. And I think we've passed a couple really key milestones where that's just not the case. So I'm all in on cryptocurrency. What it's going to become, what it can do for you, nobody really knows. There's a lot of people speculating that XRP is going to make you rich. I don't know if that's the case or not, but there's a couple really key videos out there making the case for $100, $1,000, even $10,000 XRP, and because we've also heard that Bitcoin, we've simultaneously been hearing $100,000, $1 million Bitcoin. So let me just give you guys a quick overview, right? First of all, like the video, subscribe to my channel if you find this information useful. Give me a comment below. What are some of your favorite cryptos? What are you interested in investing in? What do you want to know more about? Comment, let me know. The other thing is, let's just take a look. Let's dive in. So Coinbase, right? The other thing is, I've got there's a link below in Coinbase. If you want free cryptocurrency, use that link to set up your Coinbase account. And here we go. So what we've got now, we can see there's quite a bit of activity. I've seen a lot of activity. It steadily goes up and down. It's almost predictable at this point. Here's some, I guess Coinbase is showing us a whole bunch of currencies here. A lot of these I haven't even seen or looked into yet, but you can go into coinbase.com/price and you can see kind of all these coins that are tracked. And there are a lot of digital coins. So there's only certain coins that you can buy in Coinbase. Other coins you'd have to buy either on their platform or some other custody platform. And I recommend, just use Coinbase. Use Coinbase. For the average person, Coinbase is great. You don't need to be super technical, and a lot of, I'm sure there will be a lot of experts, like crypto experts, who are gonna rage at me for saying that, because they'll say, no, you got to use a hard wallet and you got to hold the currency on your own or use some other type of custody. But look, for somebody who's new to cryptocurrency and investing, Coinbase takes the cake and makes it very simple. You can buy it, links up to your bank account. Withdrawals and deposits are easy. Yes, you can withdraw your money very easily. But here's the thing. Some of the key listings, Coinbase has listed a certain number of cryptocurrencies that you can buy. And here's just some of them. Bitcoin, obviously, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, 0x, XRP, Stellar Lumens, etc. There's a good number that are tracked in Coinbase. So, but I think the ones that really excite me, I'll just tell you offhand. What really excites me is XRP and Stellar. So let's pull these up here real quick. Let's pull up XRP so we can look at it. Now, like I said, there's a lot of controversy because XRP is kind of the antithesis of cryptocurrency, because while Bitcoin is trying to be a decentralized form of digital gold, XRP is actually creating a protocol. Ripple, the company Ripple, uses token XRP. And what Ripple is doing is they're partnering with a lot of banks to help transfer money across borders. And so cross-border payments is one of the biggest situations here. So if you take if you try to, example, somebody is working in the U.S. and they're from India, right? They got to send money back to their family in India, but it's gonna cost them nearly 30-40% just to get those funds transferred through all these different gateways to get overseas, right? Because you got to go to the bank, and the money's got to go to the Fed. It's got to wire out to New York, and then it's got to wire out to London, and then it's got to wire out to Delhi, and then it's got to find its way through some other distribution channels, and eventually, and everybody's taking a piece of it along the way. So cross-border payments is a major opportunity where Ripple is solving cross-border payments, a major opportunity to other countries, being able to send money over cross borders, and in literally seconds. And and all you do is you convert your fiat currency to XRP, and then you send it to another wallet wherever they are, and then they can simply receive it. They receive it in a matter of seconds, and then they can take that XRP and convert it back to their native currency. So that's just one thing that XRP is solving. Now, in general, that's what cryptocurrency is solving. Obviously, Bitcoin, the price is quite massive, so you're dealing in fractions. That's the other thing, though, is that cryptocurrency can be broken up into multiple decimal point fractions of a Bitcoin, so that you can, any size transaction, you can use it for. So there's going to be a lot of practical use cases for cryptocurrency, and really, it's just a really simple thing. You'll see, the prices go up and down. It's a simple thing. I think it's a good long-term hold. It's a good place to park some cash. Again, with the disclaimer that it's extremely risky and it's a very highly speculative investment. Nobody knows for sure, but there's a lot of interesting documentation around adoption. So, there's a lot of news. One of them was, I think in 2019, the IMF, International Monetary Fund. They've launched a private blockchain-based crypto. And the thing is, it's like, even if these large organizations start normalizing, and see, they're all starting to adopt, right? Because at some point they were fighting very heavily. They were fighting the adoption of Bitcoin, but so their approach is to try and create something similar, to steal the idea, if you will. But the thing is, once that protocol is established of digital currency, there's always going to be some way to convert. So convert from one type to another type to another type to another type. So at some point, it becomes a whole new dimension of exchangeable assets. So here's an article about the IMF. IMF launches private blockchain-based crypto after bashing Bitcoin. And the same thing happened with JP Morgan. They made a joke about, well, we could just create our own JPM coin. And then, it's true. And it's true. The thing is, there's nothing stopping these institutions from creating it. But the thing is that once they create their own protocol, it's still going to be intermixed and balanced against these other currencies. So there's really no way for them to escape the system that's already in place with digital currency, because they're trying to play within that playing field. So that's why I think, get on Coinbase and start buying some cryptocurrency. There's no telling what your returns could be. I mean, there's instances where people have made hundreds of thousands of %, and there's instances where people have lost a bunch of money. So I'm not going to tell you how to read and analyze the charts, but I can give you just a general overview. Here's XRP. Back when there was that big run up, that it was a big boom. Yeah, XRP top 384. It's down here at 30 cents. It's been hovering between 15 and 25 cents for a very long time. Occasionally popping its head up above 30 cents. I think this is a pretty safe bet in terms of crypto, because they have a solid business model. They have sound principles. Bitcoin is kind of like, they paved the way, they blazed the trail. You know what I mean? But it's like Napster. Where's it going to go? They proved it. Maybe it has some applications. Some say it could become like digital gold. But again, we're just speculating. Another one that I like is Bitcoin Cash, because I think it has a very high upward mobility. It's at $304 currently. If you look at its historical, it was over 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, almost 4,300, $4,000. So in terms of upward mobility on the next crypto boom, I think this one has quite a bit of potential, just based on the fact that it's relatively undervalued, especially in comparison with Ethereum. But this is just meant to be a little overview, a little recap of what's been going on with crypto the past couple of years. Guys, post comments. Let me know what you want to know about. What are your questions? Have you invested in crypto? Did you make money? Did you lose money? What are your favorite tokens, coins, whatever? Let me know. And by the way, if you're new to cryptocurrency, you don't have a Coinbase account, and you want some free crypto, check the link below, sign on to it, create your account, and if you buy $100 worth of crypto, we will both get some free cryptocurrency. I'm not sure how much or what type, but check it out. The disclaimer's on there. It's a Coinbase referral program. They'll tell you about it. And then if you guys, if you do that, I want you to post in the comments. Let me know if you need some guidance on, what to buy, where to put your capital. But anyways, for now, guys, peace out.